WWE Royal Rumble 2025 has been completed. Last night, ladies and gentlemen, worlds were rocked with some of the outcomes of that pay-per-view, and honestly, I just wanted to talk about it. I've never really made like a WWE pay-per-view review video before, but I wanted to get some more wrestling fans on the channel. In the background, we are going to be showing RPW's Regents Rumble match, which you can watch in its entirety over on the RPW network, ladies and gentlemen. The full Rumble match is now live, so feel free to go and watch that. If you are new to the channel, basically, we run the #1 wrestling show on YouTube, ladies and gentlemen, live every Monday and Friday, called Regents Pro Wrestling, right here on this channel. Just click on the live tab and you can see all the history of RPW. You have a Discord and a spreadsheet, links in the description as well. If you want to join, feel free to leave a comment asking how you can get involved with RPW. So we're going to cut and show the Rumble. Of course, I can't show the actual WWE Rumble because of copyright, so we're going to play the RPW one, ladies and gentlemen. But I just wanted to talk about the Royal Rumble because it's my favorite pay-per-view every single year. I love the unpredictability, the returns, the surprises, people coming back from injury, people coming from other shows and brands, and I love the Royal Rumble. I think it's absolutely amazing, and we had an awesome card this year. Only 4 matches, but oh boy, did it deliver. Now, I'm going to go in order of the matches as they happen. Let me know in the comments down below, by the way, your rating of the overall pay-per-view, 0 to 10. How are you feeling the day after Royal Rumble? How are you feeling about the winners as well? Give me your overall rating and then how much you enjoyed both Rumble winners and the winners of each match in general, ladies and gentlemen. So we're going to go through match by match, just talking about them. I may not talk about every single thing. I may not, have to like rewatch it to remember every, who entered what number and stuff like that. But I'm going to talk about the points that stuck in my mind mainly, and just get some reactions. I want some more wrestling fans on this channel because RPW's been going since March 7th, 2022. It's the #1 wrestling show on YouTube. So I want more wrestling fans to get involved in RPW live every Monday and Friday here on the Regents YouTube channel. So without further ado, let's start talking. So of course, this is me in real life. That's, that's KR on commentary down there. So just, focus up here and enjoy the Rumble. And you can just put this on, listen in the background and watch the RPW Regents Rumble and just, let your thoughts of the Royal Rumble pay-per-view prosper and fly off into the distance. So kicking off, of course, we had the Women's Rumble match. And honestly, I was stoked that the Women's Rumble match was kicking off. Now, listen, I'm going to get to the obvious first and foremost. There was no AJ Lee. Okay, there was no AJ Lee, which, again, every single year, I feel like we know there's going to be no AJ Lee. I feel like we know she's not going to return, but there's that little tiny glimpse, that little glimmer of hope in the back of all of our minds going, maybe, just maybe, she will return. Of course, it didn't happen, but there were some returns, and oh boy, they returned all right. Now, I'm going to be honest. I'm going to talk about the winner first, which is weird maybe, but I'm going to talk about the winner first because I had like a 90%, 99%, 95% thought process that Charlotte Flair was going to win. As soon as she announced she's returning to the WWE, as soon as she announced she's returning in the Royal Rumble match, I was like, yeah, she's going to win. I don't see them going any other way. I don't see them eliminating Charlotte Flair. The biggest nepotism hire in all of WWE. I've never really been a fan of Charlotte Flair, if I'm honest with you, so I didn't really pop when she came out. I was in Discord call with like 10 of my friends, was all, watching it together and reacting together. It was absolutely awesome. But I've just never really been a big fan of it. I don't know. I just feel like there's not been that grind. There's not been that. I'm just not really a fan of her style. Maybe it's because I'm not a fan of Ric Flair, her father. I don't know, but I had a feeling she was going to win. When Nia Jax entered and started eliminating everyone, I was sort of like, oh, maybe they give it to Nia, which would be hilarious because all my friends hate Nia Jax. It would have been funny, but they didn't, ultimately. They gave it to Charlotte Flair, which, again, yeah, I don't think it's a bad thing, necessarily. I don't think it's a terrible thing, but it happened, and I think they could go many ways, many different avenues with both Rumble winners, really. We're going to go to the men's after, which, again, very, very divisive, divided a lot of people in the wrestling community, ladies and gentlemen. So that's going to be an interesting one later on for WrestleMania, that's for sure. The biggest thing of the Women's Rumble that I loved, ladies and gentlemen, my favorite female superstar of all time, Alexa Damn Bliss, returned in the Rumble match. In her sort of, Wyatt 60, it said friend forever on the back, which I thought was absolutely amazing. She returned. She looked absolutely perfect, ladies and gentlemen. Maybe starting up that rivalry with Liv Morgan. Liv, of course, eliminating Alexa Bliss, my two favorite female superstars of all time, which I can't wait to see them two going back at it. I would love to see them tag again. That was like one of my favorite tag teams. But yeah, I thought it was awesome. Some of the spots, Roxanne staying right to the end was absolutely awesome. Again, number 30 let me down. I've never been a fan of the Bellas, and hearing that song, especially when you're hoping for AJ Styles, hearing Nikki Bella's song, even if it was Brie Bella, at least we would have heard Brie mode, but it was just Nikki Bella, and it was just like, oh, okay, here we go again. You know, she was like slating WWE a few months ago. Now that they're on Netflix making the big money, she's back wanting to be, hey man, game's the game. But yeah, I think the Women's Rumble was absolutely amazing. Again, I didn't really like the winner. I think Io and Liv getting eliminated in that big group elimination by Nia Jax was very weird. I thought, you know, there was like the Iron Survivors. They was 1 and 2. I thought there was going to be at the end, maybe eliminate each other, maybe like being a big thing. But they sort of just went half off camera, half like, oh, they got eliminated, which kind of surprised me. But that's the way they went with it. But overall, I think it was a good Rumble. I think it was a good Rumble match. I think there was some good surprises. A lot of NXT talent doing absolutely amazing. Some TNA talent doing, well, now WWE talent doing absolutely amazing as well. I thought it was a great opener. I think it set the tone for the show, and I think it was absolutely fantastic. I wasn't planning on rating the matches, but we'll rate them out of 10. I'll give the Women's Rumble a solid 7.5. I think it was a great opener. I'll give it an 8. I'll give it a 7.8. A 7.8. I think it was a great opener. I think it was a great Rumble match. A lot of surprises, a lot of fun. Again, I mean, I could speak in depth about the Women's Rumble alone way longer, but I don't want to drone on and on. I want to get your guys' opinions in the comments down below. And if you do enjoy these kind of videos, by the way, I could do more for like future pay-per-views and shows and stuff like that. I love WWE. I've been watching it since I was a kid. I love RPW, as you can see in the background. So I'm a big wrestling fan, and I want to get more wrestling community on this channel. So maybe me talking about wrestling can do that. But yeah, great opener, a lot of fun. And then we moved on to the tag team match, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I've not been a fan. Listen, tag team matches, right, in wrestling, just in general, tag team matches are like my favorite match type. I love tag team matches. The ring IQ of knowing like when to break up a pin, when to tag, you know, hot tag moments and stuff like that, or, you know, if someone, like your tag partner goes down and you're by yourself. And I love tag team matches. I think they're absolutely amazing. But I think WWE have done them wrong for so long. Like they don't follow the rules. For example, like people can tag in and just stand in the ring for like a minute or two when it's, you know, it's supposed to be 5 seconds and you're DQ, but they don't do that. You never know who the legal man is. They're always like coming in now. I don't know. Some of the rules, I feel like they need to like reinvent tag team matches in a way. But also the tag team division has not been great for a long time. I know Usos and New Day carried for a long time, but I got bored of them very quickly. Those two only be like the two good tag teams. I miss when there was like actual tag teams. But I think we're getting back to that. I really do. The match we saw yesterday, especially the ending as well. The match itself was awesome. It started off a bit slow, and I was, you know, the first pinfall happened straight away after like one knee, and I was sort of like, you know, are they cutting this match short? I thought 2 out of 3 falls, this is going to be like a 40-minute, oh, not maybe like a 40-minute match. But the first pinfall happened, I was like, are they cutting this short? Like for the main event, like what's going on? Is all of a sudden 1-0 to DIY. Again, I like DIY. I like the Machine Gunners as well. The Street Profits making a return at the end with the crutch was absolutely awesome. And again, I think they're hopefully slowly building up the tag team division. I love Austin Theory and Grayson Waller. I'd love to see them back in the mix as well. I want like proper tag teams back, you know, like you see superstars and you think these are tag team superstars, these are awesome together, the chemistry and stuff like that. I don't just want 2 random superstars put together for the sake of it, just to be broken up, like, you know, Miz and R-Truth and stuff like that. But I think it was a great match. I think it was a great match. I think it was a good second match. You know, it wasn't like an opener or a main event. I think it was a good match for its spot. Had some great spots involved as well. City Machine Guns were absolutely phenomenal, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I don't know too much about them. I only watch WWE. I don't watch any other wrestling promotion, so and RPW. I don't know too much about them. My friends did, and they was like, "Oh, hold, like you're in for a treat here. Trust me, these guys are kind of crazy." And they did not lie. They were awesome. I've loved them since they joined WWE. I love the fact that they got the titles so quickly, and also like, oh my god, they got them so quickly, and then they dropped them. You know, not to make them. You know, if they got the titles quickly and then held them for like a year, I think it would be like, okay, they're just making them look good. But like the fact that they dropped them quickly and now are going back for them and stuff, I think it was awesome. I think DIY are awesome together. I love them two together as well. And I think the spots in this match were fantastic. The high flying, the acrobatic, the technical aspect as well was awesome. especially for a second match. I think it was a great tag team match. It made me feel like a kid again in the tag team division, which I've not felt for a long time when watching tag team matches in WWE. Normally, I see a tag team match and I'm like, oh, this is like a toilet break. This is like a filler match. But this felt like it belonged on the Royal Rumble pay-per-view, which I thought was absolutely fantastic. I'm going to rate it a 7 overall. I think it was a great match overall. I think all of the superstars shined. All of them had their moments. And again, the big surprise, this was also the first time, I think ever, at least in like the past like 5-10 years, where someone's interfered in a match with a hood up. And I actually, for a split second, I went, who is that? I genuinely, I was like, oh wait, who is that who is it? Oh, and then I saw with the crotch and I was like, okay, now I know what's going on. A split second of me, I thought it was either Solo Sikoa, Jimmy, or Jay, just because I'm so used to, with the Bloodline story, every other week, it was one of those three entering with a hood up. You know, and they bring the hood down. It's like, is Jimmy Uso? And it's like, well, no crap is Jimmy Uso. He's been wearing that same hoodie for the past month. You know, like you're constantly interfering. So that was cool. Very good ending as well, making them look big, holding the tag titles, throwing it on them and stuff like that. So I think every team had their spot. And again, you know, the fact that there are 3 teams gunning for that title now potentially, I think is awesome. It just bigs up the tag team division even more. So I think it was absolutely amazing. I'm gonna say 7.3. 7.3. I'm going to bump up a little bit because I thought it was fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, the Regents Kid YouTube channel is sponsored by Regents Pro Wrestling, the #1 wrestling show in sports entertainment, the most action-packed, immersive, and entertaining show on all of YouTube. Live right here on this channel every Monday and Friday, 5 p.m. Ladies and gentlemen, the best wrestling shows you will ever see in your life. If you become a YouTube member and join our Discord, links in the description down below, you too can get involved in Regents Pro Wrestling and maybe, just maybe, one day become a champion. Ladies and gentlemen, do not miss out the 2 live shows every single week, and this is who we are. Only 4 matches in the pay-per-view, of course, so already at the penultimate match, ladies and gentlemen, where we had Cody Rhodes defending the title against Kevin Owens. Now, this was another of those matches where I really wanted... in the tag team match, I didn't have a team that I wanted to win. I like both teams. I just wanted a good match, and I got it. In this match, I love Cody Rhodes. I love Cody Rhodes. I used to love him in Legacy. I enjoyed Stardust, surprisingly. I loved his Intercontinental title reigns. I love the whole dashing, undashing thing, the mask. I thought... I like Cody Rhodes. I really do. But he's been champ for over 300 days now. It's not been my favorite title reign of all time. And although I do love him very much, I also really like Kevin Owens. And I was hoping there was shocks in the main event. We'll get to that again. But I was hoping there would be a title shock. I feel like Triple H, although I love Triple H, he's like, you know, my second favorite superstar of all time after HBK. I think in his position as running, like, you know, as the producer of WWE, if you will, you know, deciding who wins and whatnot, I think he likes to play it safe very often, which Twitter openly say very much. But I think he likes to play it safe a lot. You don't see a lot of title changes anymore on, you know, SmackDown or Raw, especially with the major world titles. Like back in the day, you used to see like Undertaker defend against John Cena randomly on a Raw, and it's like, oh my god, the world title just changed hands on Raw. And I used to love that because you never know, like you could tune into a match on TV and all of a sudden, oh my god, we have a new champion. Whereas now, it's very rare you're gonna get that on Raw or SmackDown. It's very rare you're gonna get that on any pay-per-view. Like even Saturday night main event, it's just a glorified house show. I think a lot of people are realizing that as well. Like no titles are changing hands, no big shocks are happening. And the Royal Rumble being one of the big 4, I was like, maybe, just maybe, we're gonna get a new WWE champion. It didn't happen. It was a great match, absolutely amazing match. Some of the spots when Kevin Owens got his head stuck after the Alabama Slam on the ladder, oh my god, that was one of those moments where I was like, WWE are very good at selling injuries. That was one of those moments where I was like, he might be dead. Like, fully, that might be serious. It was absolutely awesome. Sami coming down was a bit weird. Like, he came down not really doing much, but I think what's going to happen is Kevin Owens is going to blame him for just standing there, not stopping Cody, and then we're going to get Kevin v. Sami at Mania. The main reason I was happy about Sami potentially winning the Rumble, which I didn't think it was going to, but the only way I wanted Sami to win the Rumble is if Kevin Owens was champ. I think Sami vs. KO at Mania for the title would have been absolute cinema. I still think they're probably going to do that match just without the title, but I don't think it has as much meaning to it because we've seen them fight a bunch before, but I don't know where they're going to go with that. The overall match, though, the spots were amazing. The short ladder, the big ladders going around the ring, going around the crowd, as well. The announcers table and the blood and the viciousness. I mean, it was absolutely fantastic from start to finish. It was a great match. Any other pay-per-view could have been a main event match. You know, it was absolutely amazing. Again, I do wish they pulled the trigger on KO. There's so many superstars I want to see as champion. And obviously, there's not enough belts to go around. Like, you know what I mean? I want to see CM Punk, John Cena, Drew McIntyre, Kevin Owens. I like Cody Rhodes, so I wouldn't mind him being champ. Roman Reigns is back now as well. And there's just a lot of top-tier superstars, which is a good thing. It's a good thing. We have all these amazing superstars to choose from. But when it comes to titles, you know, like, it's hard to get them all about, obviously. But so I'm excited what they're going to do. For the first time, I don't really know what Mania is going to look like, which I'm excited about as well. But again, I had a feeling, I had like a 90% chance feeling that Cody's going to retain anyway, so I wasn't like too upset about it. I still like Cody. I just, I thought it would be amazing to see KO with a championship. But overall, again, amazing match. Really, I'm going to give it like an 8 point, I'm going to give it like an 8.7. I think it was a great match. I really do. I had fun the entire time. It was an awesome match. It was an awesome match. An awesome big feud between them. Cody looking kind of heelish, you know, like going over, taunting over KO where he's like dying, exasperating for air on the outside was awesome as well. Sammy getting involved. There was like people thinking Randy Orton might get involved as well. Like, there was layers to it, which I thought was awesome. I thought was amazing, and it was a great match leading into the Rumble. Fair play to both of them. They put on a hell of a show, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. Time for the main event, the Men's Royal Rumble match. Ladies and gentlemen, I had so much hope for this Royal Rumble. It didn't disappoint. The ending disappointed. We're going to get to it. I'm a big CM Punk fan. Okay, I'm a big CM Punk fan. I think I'm wearing my CM Punk t-shirt underneath. I am indeed. I want CM Punk to win. I'm going to be honest with you. Now, I'm not upset that CM Punk didn't win. The thing is, going into this Rumble, there was like 5 or 6 different avenues that Triple H could have took, right? You could have made Roman Reigns come back, and Roman Reigns wins, and he goes back, he faces Cody yet again, like a three-peat. Mania. I think Roman winning, I think he would have got cheered. I think that was one way you could have gone. Drew McIntyre winning, you know, he's been on such a slump. He's been on such a bad roller coaster in WWE the past few months. Like I love his character. I love Drew McIntyre. I've always liked Drew McIntyre. But he's lost a lot of matches recently. Giving him a Rumble win would have been like, oh my God, it's Drew. He's a great talker. He could have promoed the hell out of it. That was another way they could have went. They could have gone back to Seth Rollins, maybe given him another title chance. Obviously, John Cena was an obvious choice. Now, originally, I thought it was going to be CM Punk wins the Rumble, John Cena wins the Elimination Chamber. It's a win-win. Now that they both lost, and John Cena in the post-show said he's going to win the Chamber match, I have a feeling that we're going to get CM Punk vs Seth Rollins vs Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. Now, I'll be honest with you. Those are 3, like, I like all 3 of those superstars. CM Punk's one of my favorites. Roman Reigns is Roman Reigns, and Seth Rollins can put on a good show. But do we need a triple threat between them? Like, I get there's history between all 3 of them. Seth hates Punk, and Punk hates Seth, and Punk and Roman has Paul Heyman, and, you know, Roman and Seth obviously hate each other. But can that be concluded in a triple threat? Like, I feel like Roman v Seth makes more sense. We've already seen Punk v Seth, so I didn't think he needed to get involved. Also, Logan Paul, one being number, like, okay, here's the thing. I don't like Logan Paul as a human being, right? I think he's amazing in WWE. I think he's like Dirty Dom, where he's an amazing heel. He's that typical superstar where he comes out, you know the whole world's going to boo him, which in WWE, you need people like that. You need people to get booed like that. I think he's amazing. Giving him number 30, first of all, was like, that's a choice. Letting him eliminate CM Punk, I'm just, especially after Punk said, I've never lost to Logan Paul. It's ironic how KO's going to go crazy with that. That was a whole choice. It really was. Going earlier in the Rumble, I jumped the gun to the end of the Aura Fest. Sorry, I got so excited. Going earlier, again, the first 10 superstars, you know, Penta, Ray, Chad Gable, Otis, his little thing as well. The first 10 superstars of the Royal Rumble, it was absolutely amazing. Braun Breaker coming in, the whole thing with Speed. As soon as I saw Tozawa go down, I literally said out loud to my friends, I went, Street is going to come. Street. I'm watching Street Money on my screen. Speed is going to come. Speed is going to be in the Rumble. I absolutely knew it. Now, I'm not a fan of Speed or Kai Cenat personally. I don't watch either of them. They're just not my type of streamer. So I was sort of like, oh, great. They're taking a spot off a superstar. I don't really like when celebrities take a spot. Like even Pat McAfee last year. I don't like when celebrities take a spot off of actual WWE superstars. Honestly, I stand corrected. I think it was an amazing spot. I think it was absolutely hilarious. If he stayed in and like was there, or like Kai Cenat came in and then I wouldn't have liked it. The fact that he came in, he got an elimination, he done a backflip, and then gave us one of the best gifts in the GIF history of GIFs, ladies and gentlemen, by getting speared by Braun Breaker to get thrown out. I think it was absolutely hilarious. I think it was great. Fair play to Speed for doing it. I thought it was an awesome spot. I really, really do. Yeah, the first 10 was absolutely amazing. It slowed down a bit after that in the 10 to 20, or 10 to like 15 or 16 whenever Roman came in, and then it was sort of like, okay, now Roman's in, we're going to wait for the big dogs again. But again, overall, I think it was a great Rumble. Now, it came down to the end again. CM Punk, Roman, and Seth all went out together, and I saw like, okay, that's gonna build up them. Logan Paul eliminating AJ Styles back with his theme and like blue attire was very good. Finn Balor's theme song might be the worst theme song I've ever heard in all of theme songs. Def Rebel, what on earth are we doing? But it came down to all these massive superstars, and I was just like, there's so many different ways you can go, and the way they went is we're getting a rematch. I'm assuming, I mean, it could be a curveball, JV's Cody, I don't see it. Jey Uso, listen, I said it earlier in the tag team, I've never really been a big Uso fan. The match last year at Mania, the whole Bloodline saga, I was never really into the Jimmy vs. Jay, like they was just betraying each other one week and then they're friends the next week, then they betray next week, then they're friends next week. I never really cared for either of them in that story. I think they was both just flippy-floppy and never really knowing where they stood or what they wanted. It kind of bored me, if I'm honest with you. And I don't see Jey Uso as like, you know, they used to go main event Jey Uso. I don't see him as like a world title superstar. I really, really don't. He just had a match like a week ago against Gunther where he lost. So giving him another rematch at Mania after his performance last year, listen, I get he sells merchandise. I get he's great for selling t-shirts. I get he's great for getting kids to say yeet, which again, I find awfully cringe. I don't like he's just an entrance merchant. He's used for entrances. I don't think he's main event material. Now, again, I could be stood wrong. He could give us like a 10-star classic against Gunther. It could be absolutely amazing. I don't know. But I was surprised that they went with Jey over Punk, over Cena, over Roman, over, you know, a Sammy even, or a Drew. Or I was very, very surprised they went to the Jey Uso route. I don't know where they're going to go from it. I think it's going to be him vs. Gunther, Cody vs. Cena, potentially. You know, passing of the torch, he like gives it, and then Cody can win it back in the future after Cena's gone. Maybe, I don't really know, but I was let down. I loved both Rumble matches, but I was let down by the winners overall. I wasn't a big fan of the winners. But, hey, you know, Triple H has let me down before just to then turn it around and absolutely amaze me with storylines. So, you never really know, ladies and gentlemen, what HHH is cooking. I'm going to trust in the game. I'm going to trust in him and see what goes on. I'm a big wrestling fan, so I'm going to continue to watch anyway. I'm not going to, you know, start crying about it or whatever. But I wasn't a big fan of the winners. We have Alexa Bliss back, which I'm happy about. KO's going to keep cooking. Punk. His promo, you know, now that he lost, he's not going to main event Mania. He still has that deal with Paul Heyman, who, my favorite manager of all time. I think that's going to be amazing as well. Where's Roman going to go with Seth? And where's Gunther going to go with Jey? And it's going to be exciting. Chamber's going to be exciting. Apparently, John Cena is filming a movie in Hungary for the next month. So this whole retirement tour, we're seeing him like twice. But, hey, yo, it's John Cena. I love him. We can't see him, so it's fine. I thought it was a great Rumble. I think the main event, I'm going to give, just for everything apart from the winner, I'm gonna. I mean, listen. He's popular. He's popular right now. I mean, LA Knight was arguably more popular, but they didn't pull the trigger on him. So it's sort of like, why are you giving it to Jey Uso? I don't know, but I think the main event I'm gonna give, just for seeing like some of my favorite superstars all in the ring together. The first 10 was absolutely amazing. The ending was very, very, very unpredictable and exciting. I'm gonna give it a 9.1, ladies and gentlemen. I think it was a great Rumble match. It was dubbed as like the biggest Royal Rumble of all time. Do I think people are going to, you know, say it's the biggest Rumble of all time because of the winner? Probably not. There's probably some old ones like 2001, you know, some old years like that. But I think it was a great Rumble. I think it was a great Rumble. Overall, the pay-per-view, I'm going to give it like, not that anyone cares, not that I really care. I'd go like 4.5 stars, 4 stars maybe. 4.5 stars. I think it was a great Rumble. I had a lot of fun. I stayed up till 4 a.m. I had a lot of fun with my friends. The best part about the Rumble, as Roman Reigns was entering, before his music hit, the buzzer went 0, 1, 1, 0, nah. And my friend, through his mic, played Brock Lesnar's theme song. And all of us went, oh my God, what is happening? And then obviously it was Roman Reigns. It was absolutely hilarious. But I think it was a great Rumble. I think it really, really was. I had a lot of fun watching it. So there you go. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, ladies and gentlemen. If you want me to do more of this, feel free to let me know by leaving a thumbs up. And let me know in the comments down below. I'm trying to get as many wrestling fans as possible over here on the Regents YouTube channel, best career channel on YouTube. Watch RPW live every Monday and Friday. Join our Discord, link in the description. And feel free to ask me any questions about RPW. And I'll catch you in the next one. Much of as always, take care and peace. Before you go, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Whee!